Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Welcome to a beautiful Saturday. It is Saturday, February 24th, 2024. And I say this date because I want you all to understand, gentlemen, that women are waking up, Women are waking up and realize, holy shit, men ain't doing what we're wanting them to do. We're not exactly winning here. Men are not getting married. And the reason why I thought I'd do this segment is based on this one woman's video. It's a short, but it's powerful.
Look, I know y'all gonna give me backlash for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you got a good man, bitch, you better be out here washing his feet, kissing his feet, bowing down, bitch. Because, girl, even if he is a good man, a lot of the good men in today's time don't even want to settle down. They don't even want no woman. So if you find you a good man that wants a woman, you better show and prove why you need to be a part of his equation and part of his life. We're living in that time, ma'am. So for you to be so damn delusional to truly and authentically and wholeheartedly believe that you'll be able to go out here and find you a high value husband and you come along with baggage, girl, please.
You need to have several seats.
It's so damn bad in today's time. And I keep bringing up this stat because this is what it is. Over 60% of men today between the ages of 18 and 29 that are checked out and done with relationships, sex, family, dating, settling down, all the way across the board. Men are so done, so checked out, so focused on self-elevation and self-preservation, bitch, that they're not even entertaining the idea of being settled down and committed to a woman.
It's over for you thoughts. It's over. It ain't that time. It's over for y'all. The other thoughts made it bad for you.
Yeah, they're waking up. Trust me, gentlemen, hold the line. Hold the line. They either need to get in line or stay on the sideline. They get left. They get put on the sideline. They're not getting into the game. Coach ain't putting them in the game at all. Because we're saying as men, you don't want to fall in line. You don't want to work on our program. You want to be the boss bee. Yeah, you can do it. Do it over there on that field or off the field. You can go in the female field. You can play on the female side if you want. Sure, go and do that. But we're not bringing you on our field. You're not playing in our field. We're going to either play in it ourselves, leave your asses on the sideline, or the other half of us, we're going and joining another team. We're becoming passport bros. So we either have MGTOW, men going their own way, leaving women out of the equation, hit them whenever we feel like because the sex is free these days, tear up some panani whenever we can. If you can't get it naturally, we buy it. We're always buying it anyway. Whether it's a direct transaction or it's through dinners or hookups, whatever the hell you want to call it, you're paying for it, gentlemen. We know that. But men are saying, you ain't getting no commitment from us. You ain't getting half of my house, half the shit that I work my ass off for. You ain't getting diddly. You ain't getting no child support. You ain't getting no alimony. I want my peace and I want to keep every dime that I work my ass off for. You're supposed to be strong and independent. Hey, you do your thing, babes. If you want to do that and you don't want to spend your money on investments, but you want to spend it on hair and nails and BBLs and doing your thing, that's your thing. But my stash is over here and I'm not letting go of it.
We're not in high school. I don't need a, hey, what are you doing? Oh, my mom went to sleep. You want to have a phone call? No. I'm grown, pushing 30. So if you're not planning dates for me, if you're not taking stress off my plate, if you're not booking me a massage, paying for my nails, doing something for me as a provider, male figure would in my life, I'm going to act like I'm going to text you for fun when I'm bored.
Yeah, 63% to be precise of men are saying no. By 2030, more than 50% of Western women will be childless and single. That's a scary statistic and it's real. So guys, I want to get into this. I want to highlight this lady a little bit more. I actually had to track her down and see where her. Before we go any further, of course, you know what I'm going to ask for. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell. please get me over on Instagram on the same channel name, Ask an Older Man, and send me a voice message if you have a quick question. If you have something deeper, something that you need to get off your chest, or if you need any mentoring, help with your YouTube channel, your Instagram channel, book a session with me over on askanolderman.com. But first of all, I want to get into a few comments on this particular video because I find that some of them are quite interesting and it will tie this whole thing together. So here comes the shaming language from the woman. This is a woman who will settle for anything, but because she wants a man, in today's world, if a man isn't conductive, my spirit, or equally yoked to me, bye. Somebody responded, this comment, well, was hella masculine. Somebody else responded, Big Fred said, I love when a woman can trigger other women with the truth, laughing. Yeah. Oh, man, I love when women conflict with each other. It's like watching a good old cat fight, you know? This lady says, some women feel the same way. Men are not the prize. It says, he who finds, you know the Bible words, he who findeth a wife. They want a woman. They just don't want to man up to have her. What God has for me, it is for me. No need to accept this as truth. You live in your little delusional world, my friend. You do your thing. You live there. Check back with me the next 10 years when you're 45, 50 years old and let me know how that's going for you. And someone responded to her, if a man would come and pay all your bills and give you a fairy tale life and protect you, what about you makes you the prize in that scenario? The fact that you don't even look at a man as a prize is reason enough for a worthwhile man to ignore you. You all should look at each other as the prize. Bottom line is, he has a point. A good woman these days is a prize because they're so damn rare. Only for that reason. The rarity of a good woman makes her a prize. But equally on the other side, or even more important, to find a good man. And this is the issue that we all have to address. What the hell defines a man as good in the eyes of a woman? In the Western world, in the Western materialistic world, a good man is a man who is going to protect and provide so that she could live a soft life. To them, that's a good man. In Asian countries, it is the same thing, but with one exception. Those women, and caveat, you got to be careful about going into cities versus into provinces and into the countryside where women are more traditional. I would always advise you guys, stay out of the cities. City girls are pretty much just like Western women. They have access to too much of the media, television, and so on that's pumping the crap into their heads about how independent they should be. Okay? You go into the provinces and the countryside, you get traditional women. Women who are still prepared to work for their family, who understand traditional values. That's where you're going to find a lot of prizes. You've hit the mother lobe. So understand, a prize is something special. A prize is rare. That's how you have to define a prize. You see, in the West, we have this idea that everybody should get a participation trophy. A prize is rare. A prize is something that you work hard to get, and it brings you value, brings you status. None of these thoughts these days are bringing you any status.
A dumb bitch. How can I not be so stupid and keep my husband? I want to keep him happy. And I think all the women listening to, they want to know the secrets to a good relationship.
I'll tell you the secrets.
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
I'll tell you the secrets.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the secrets.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm taking notes.
I don't think most women understand what men are looking for in general from life.
Okay.
And it's not just relationships, it's in general from life. I think, and when I say think, I mean I know, that men are biologically designed, we're evolutionarily hardwired to seek status. That's what we want. Men talk about wanting money. You don't want money, you want power. You want power, you want status, you want the fast car. You don't care about the car. You want everyone to know you have the car and they can't have the car. If everyone had a Lambo, you wouldn't want a Lambo.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So we want status. So every single thing we do is status driven to some degree.
It's true.
Meaning the female we are with has to add status to our lives and so forth. That's why we like beautiful women, right? But a beautiful woman who doesn't behave and doesn't obey isn't really much status.
Yep.
So when we're looking for status, we want a beautiful woman who is compliant because it's unique and it's scarcity that provides value. So if you want to keep your man happy, you need to think, how do I make my man look better to the world? How do I make him look better in front of other men? You know what? If I were to just make him 2 coffees and shut the fuck up, he's going to look like the big G. And he's going to be in love with me. That's what you have to do.
None of these thoughts these days are bringing you any status. None. Not in the Western world. So this is the last one I'm going to read because this is another issue that I need to address. Love Dream Dance, this woman says, this is the exact rhetoric keeping women chasing struggle love and allowing men to keep giving it. Lack of options is not a reason to commit to some person you don't like. Please stop yelling this like it's correct. What the hell is struggle love? This is where these women really think that they have to get this sort of princess treatment. This idea that you should never have to worry about anything if you have a good man. That is the biggest pile of crap that you ladies have been fed. The fairy tale, the bullshit fairy tale that, oh, once you get that good man, he's going to be the man that will rescue you from every struggle that you've ever had. It is unrealistic. Any 2 people who are building a life together, there's going to be struggle. Trust me, I know. Yesterday, my wife was in a great mood, me and her are great. Today, no, we're arguing about something stupid, okay? It's a constant ebb and flow, up and down. Tides go out, come in. It's just constant, doesn't stop. She tries to push me. I push back, I resist. It's just a constant struggle. So this idea that, oh, struggle love doesn't. Struggle love is the exact thing that makes relationships stronger. It's when you've gone through an argument, it's when you've gone through some struggle and come out on the other side still together, that's what makes your relationship strong. But for some reason, this whole idea of struggle love, and I know most of you guys are talking about money. It's always about money in the Western Hemisphere. Struggle love. Oh, we don't have enough money so that I could feed my addiction for shopping. That's what you're talking about. Oh, the man isn't providing enough disposable income that I could keep sucking and sucking from him. That's what you ladies call struggle love. And it's a shame that you all think like that. Because all you need is a freaking workhorse that keeps going to work every single day, churning out money so that you can just feed an addictive habit of shopping, trips, nails, keeping your shit up and going. You know, if you watched that video 2 days ago with the Filipino women, none of those ladies had on fake nails, no fake hair, no fake boobs. They all were slim and in shape, natural as hell. And every man there was just happy that they were just beautiful women. But no, not in the West. You spend all your disposable income on just trying to make yourselves look as young as you were when you were 16. For what? It's a losing battle. You can't win against Father Time. The wall is undefeated. So anyway, let's now get into the video where I found the same lady, because she has a YouTube channel. So the name of this channel is Danica Marie Dope Discussions, and the whole Danica is spelled a little weird, so I'll put the title up here so you guys can see it. And the reason why I want to feature her channel is simply because we rarely see women, especially women like this, and reason meaning like this, meaning black women, really talk to support the black man and to support relationships, because unfortunately, black women are the ones that fell really hard for this strong, independent narrative. And I'm now glad to see that they're breaking out of it. Not fast enough, because you guys are losing a lot faster than you are repenting. A lot more of you ladies need to get on the trumpet, get on to social media and start shouting really hard. Ladies, we effed up. Let's start reversing this. Because this lady is really telling you all you ain't doing it right. First thing, man, she made sure that those tay-tays are just in your face. Yes, it's a bit distracting, but listen, guys, sometimes you got to listen to the message and sort of look past the messenger, because the message is what's more important. And if she can get the message out for other women like her, and those women identify like her, then the message is powerful. Forget about how you feel about it, gentlemen and ladies. The point is that the message is important. Okay? Let's hear what she has to say.
Men are absolutely protecting themselves, and women cannot take it. Let's start here for a second, okay? And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. But we have to dive into this, okay? There are so many men of today that are aware of what they bring to the table, right? Whether that be financial security and stability, whether that be protection, whether that be love, whether that be guidance and help. And so with men having this realization of their value, of what they can contribute to a woman's life, they are being very strategic and wise with who they allow access to them in those ways. Okay?
Okay, men are no longer blinded by the tates, the titties, and that little VJJ down below. They're not blinded by it anymore. You know why? Because it's so easily available to those men that you want. Easily available. Why would he then give up and risk half of his hard work? Why? To go through the court system in that country, in the Western world. Why would a man do that? Men are smarter than that. We're no longer falling for this, oh, I'm sweet and I'm different and you're the man that I want and you're the one that I'm going to be with for the rest of our life and we can build a family. We know it's bullshit now. We do. So we're not falling for it anymore. Because, you know what? Channels such as this one is waking men up. Men are learning. Men are no longer following the advice of their single mothers that they grew up with. They're not simping anymore. Let's continue.
And what I have noticed personally is the more that a man has to lose, the more he is guarded as far as who he allows to have access to him in those ways. And dare I say that these men are also protecting themselves from women that they have actually married. Whoopsie. See, for so long, there have been a lot of women that felt like once I got through the door of marriage, good. I can coast. I can slack off. I can get over because, hey, I made it. It used to be a time to where once a woman got married, she felt like she made it, and now she can slack off and she can show the real her, which oftentimes, and it's no shade, and salute to the women that do their jobs correctly. But a lot of the times, women resort to being lazy. That's who they naturally were. They resort to being very selfish and entitled because that's who they naturally were. But to get through the door and get married, they would put on this front or this facade like, oh, I'm different. I don't mind being submissive. Which is...
She is spilling it, gentlemen. You are now learning the inner thoughts of women, my friend. Now you understand why I'm sharing this content with you. You are now seeing the inner thoughts of women. Yeah, she is letting us in for sure. All right, man.
Which is what Jeannie Mai actually said, but we're going to leave that over there for now. I can't wait to have my husband to take care of everything for me and me just, be a great support system to him and, follow his leadership. They pretend to be that way just to get their foot in the door. And then once I get him to marry me, the whole bait and switch. But what do I keep telling you all? And again, y'all like this video, real talk. What do I keep telling you all? I keep telling you all that we are dealing with a new breed of men. No longer are these men just allowing women to be a part of their lives. And you are problematic, you're disrespectful, you're neglectful, you're selfish, you're entitled, you're lazy. That's not happening anymore.
Gentlemen, thank you for waking up. I get thousands of messages from around the world. Around the world, guys, it's mind-blowing how many men have woken up. I've been on air with this show for a little over a year, and I can say well over 200,000 messages have come through my system. Seriously, it's insane. It's insane. I'm not talking about just personal messages. I'm talking about comments on the site. If you read the hundreds of thousands of comments on the site, you will see how many men have had enough. It really is crazy. So she's switched on. She's seeing it. So the women are feeling it. Trust me, they are. They need us. We don't need women. The problem with women is not that they're not making enough money, but they live well beyond their means. They are 80% of the consumer base. If you are 80% of the consumer base and you also carry 80% of the debt, it's not rocket science. You're the ones that are in debt. You're the ones that are in serious trouble. It ain't the men. You need that double income to help you. That's why every woman out there is pushing to grift a man. They're pushing to get money from a man. It's rarely the opposite. It's the women always acting like hoes in order to get money. You think they're putting them in the stock market? You think they're putting that money that they get from these men in the stock market and trying to actually build a house or anything? No, they're out there getting the bag. They're out there trying to impress the other females to show that their panani is worth money, because look at the stuff, look at all the shiny stuff that I was able to get with this. That's all women are doing. When they hit the wall, 30, 31, 32 to 35, they're screwed, they're messed, they're finished, because the men aren't paying them. They're not getting that payment like they used to get when they were in their 20s. They're not getting invited out on the yachts like they were when they were in their 20s, man. No one getting 30-year-old, 40-year-olds out on the boat. They're not getting called out to Dubai. No, 20-year-olds are. So what happens? Now they got a shitload of debt. They're 30s. They're working their asses off. They're staying in apartments and villas and homes, renting places that they really can't afford, still trying to keep up the facade. The educated ones are so deep in student loan debt. Then they're getting loans to buy either houses or cars, so they're now deeper in debt, but it's based on a freaking salary that they can't even fully. But it's based on the fact that, oh, you got a degree and your earning potential is going to be greater. So now the banks are giving them more money. Now you're deeper in debt. Then you start complaining, I can't find a man to take me on trips in my nice restaurants. You're 30, you're sitting at home freaking crying in your bloody Uber Eats that you can barely afford to get in. Trust me, I know this story very well. I've seen it many times. I even see it today here in Dubai. Women do the same shit everywhere. Let's continue.
And I don't care if I did marry you. You will still get the boot. And since a lot of women are not accustomed to men protecting themselves in this regard, a lot of them find out the hard way that, yeah, it is a new breed of men and they're not playing around with their value, with what they are offering and bringing to the table. If you're not going to uphold your end of the bargain, you can go, because this is not what I signed up for. I married you because you presented yourself to be somebody that was going to follow along with my program. You presented yourself to be somebody that was loving, caring, supportive, submissive. And so if you're not going to be on the type of time, you can go. Again, gone are the days where men just are settling just because. Oh, well, I married her already, so I might as well just stay. Oh, we got kids together, so I might as well just stay. That's dead. That's a wrap, honey.
Women leave 80% of the time, so she got to correct that right there. Men will stay. Men will stay because they know that if they did not sign a prenup, or if they did not put their money in a trust when they got married to this woman, they're screwed. And I will tell you again, gentlemen, you always preempt your money before you get married. If you ever want to get married with peace of mind, you put every single dime that you have and all your assets behind a trust. Let that trust buy everything from you. That's a whole other video, but that's the only way to protect yourself. And then long before you get married, because now you own nothing, the trust owns everything, you still get a prenup based on the income that you're going to make. So now you have two walls of protection, a trust and a prenup. And if you can do that and get married, whenever she acts up, get the hell out. Get the hell out. Whenever she cheats, get the hell out. You can kick her ass out because you know that you don't have anything to lose. Yes, you're going to have child support, but in the end, you're going to still have the major part of your assets intact that you came into the marriage with. Use your common sense, gentlemen. So if she's talking about a man that does that, he'll get out. But if men don't have that in place, which is 99% of men, they will stay in the freaking marriage because the other option is way too painful and expensive. So that's where she's capping here a bit, or she just don't understand.
So, unfortunately, Jeannie Mai is one of those chicks that found out the hard way that we are dealing with a new breed of men, to where they're not just sticking around just to stick around. They're not just giving up all of their perks and privileges to unworthy, undeserving females. Oh no, I don't care if I married you. We can get a divorce with the quickness. And can I add this as well? And again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Men are also going into marriages protecting themselves because, let's just be honest, you all, a lot of the times these chicks are not trustworthy. It is just something to try to capitalize off of, use the men for, and then go on with your life. We talked about, even in previous dope discussions, about starter husbands. That's a thing. And men have caught on to that. And a lot of y'all may be asking, like, what's a starter husband? Well, apparently, a starter husband is when a woman seeks out a man that is very well off financially, and she gets with him, gets him to marry her, and then she leaves him and takes half, if not all, of what he has built and earned. And then once she feels solidified enough and comfortable enough with the money that she was able to take away from her starter husband and, be more stable with, she goes on to another man to get him to marry her. And again, these men have to be, quote unquote, high value and well off. And they pretty much use it as a way to build wealth for themselves. That's a thing, you all. Get a man that's wealthy or high value, that has a lot of money, status, access, whatever, perks and benefits. Get him to marry you, then leave him and take all of what he has, if not half of it. Live by yourself for a little bit, get yourself very comfortable and stable, then go and find you another sucker. That's really what they are doing. Find you another sucker that is well off, get him to marry you, then leave him, and then you're able to.
Man, I've seen this happen many times over my lifetime. Now, I never I never heard the term starter husband before, but I have seen this way of thinking many times. In Cayman, I've seen girls come in, and these girls are like waitresses, nurses, etc. And they will get with some of the most high-powered attorneys, right? These are hot girls, and these guys are making millions a year. Millions, corporate attorneys, the guys that are pulling in the serious money, mar these poor fools, right? They will catch them doing something wrong, divorce them, get a settlement, get that check, because a lot of these lawyers will protect themselves, but they will get that big payout from the prenup, 3-4 million. These were nurses that were in debt, okay? These were waitresses, 3-4 million. But what is more important, the big prize for these women isn't really the big money. What that lawyer did was he introduced her to all of his high-powered friends and clients. So all of those private jets and all of those cocktail parties and the places in the Hamptons, etc., she befriended all of those people in those high-powered positions. So now she still have her claws in those men. All of those men, all of those other husbands, she's hotter than a lot of those other older women that she's been associated with in those groups. So now she either becomes those guys' lovers, or she takes one of those men from one of these older women and she monkey branches over to an older man with more money because she now has integrated herself in that society. So she monkey branches to a richer man. I've seen this. So she's the young one who has access to all of those men. Then she monkey branch and she does the same thing. 2-3 husbands later, 10, 20, 30 million without even freaking working a day in her life. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, gentlemen. So I understand what she's talking about. The starter husband. All right, I get it. It's a good name for it.
And then you're able to add on to what you already established off the previous man. And a lot of females will do this over and over again until they feel comfortable enough not to even get with a man at all. But what happens is those females come to realize that, hey, I actually do need a man. Money is not enough. Material possessions are not enough.
That's when they hit their later years. They might be drinking champagne on their nice house on the beach, but they're wrinkled up. The fake titties are still perfect, but the rest of their skin is just freaking dried out from the sun. Their face have been stretched so much it's unbelievably tight. It looks like if you just touch it, it's going to pop, right? They're in great physical shape, but the rest of their body the skin looks like crap. But they're miserable. They're lonely. They start drinking from early in the morning right through until night. They call it mimosas in the morning, still freaking alcohol, right through till late at night. Just trying to drink their sorrows and loneliness away. They're sleeping with the pool boy. They're sleeping with the yard man. All of the men are out. She goes out at night. She sits at the bar alone. The 1 or 2 deadbeat type guys she takes home, he hits it, leaves the same night. It's a horrible story. It's not a pretty sight at all. See a lot of women and I see a lot of older women, very wealthy, just sort of end up like shrivel up old grapes, rich as hell, lonely and miserable. So she's not telling any lies here, my friends. It's just going to get worse.
But they find that out way too late. And by that time, they do want to actually love a man sincerely. And they do want to build with the man and be with the man. A lot of the men don't trust them because look at your track record. You have a track record of starter husbands. So, yeah, we're dealing with that. And since that has been the norm for so long, a lot of guys caught on to that. And they're like, oh, yeah, so if I do get married, best believe there will be a prenuptial agreement. And that's exactly what Jeezy did in the Jeannie Mai situation. See, gone are the days where men are just taking your word on face value. Gone are the days where men are just trusting what you're doing right now. No, I don't know. And like I said, Jeannie Mai, she presented and pretended very well to the point to where, you know, she had me fooled even. She was going around talking about, oh, I can't wait to be submissive, and, you know, I allow my man to lead, and I can't wait to do this and do that. Like, she really played up a good role. And even with her still playing up that good role, Jeezy was like, yeah, but I'm going to still need you to sign these papers, though. And good for him, because come to find out, Jeannie Mai was exactly the type of chick that you need to run from.
Oh, she just cemented that home perfectly. And I like this girl. I like how she articulates the female mindset. Gentlemen, I'm gonna end it there. Listen, let me know your thoughts. Let me know exactly how you feel about this. Go over here and support her channel. I've put the link in the description. She's supporting the men. She's trying to get the ladies to wake up and understand what's going on. All right? So, listen, give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. And of course, book a session if you'd like me to help you with anything. All right? So, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.